Oh, Athos is Xander. Oh, that's so weird. Oh, that is weird. We got Awesome in here. Posted a dungeon allergy. Oh, you're good. You're good. You're good. Boys, let's see some new auto talents, man. If you guys are running new auto talents, let me know, dude. What auto talents are we running? But for the first duel, we have ourselves Team Athaman together with Beef Mikey. I'm guessing these guys are going to be going for that new dispel strat. Free themites? Themies. Free themies? As a monk, did monkeys get anything good? New? I don't think they have it. Lock OP Copium as Chrysler. We got ourselves Awesome as well. Are we going to be seeing new talents, new Legos? Let me know. Deathborn on the enemy team of Alliance with M6 with Christ God. First up is going to be R and SHX. I don't even, we're going to have to give you a nickname, and Tasty in there as well. So are we going to be seeing you on the towns? That is the question. This guy's playing Frost, so already this guy's playing something different for 9-1 with Lock Copium, Chrysler as Affliction. So are we going to be seeing a drain build out of him? I do want to hear from you guys what kind of builds they're running. A Ren, I gotta guess we're going to call you Ren. Starting up with an ice wall and a frozen orb through the ice wall? Wait a second, what is that weird strat? Technically, he is able to get freebie damage into Lock OP Copium through the ice wall without getting tagged. Interesting. He is running the triple shield Lego, so that's specific, honestly. Chicago and Alliance and Horde? Alliance. I think it's Alliance. Jesus, you're more than welcome to join them. What's up, Sam? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good day, dude. We get into PTR duels, man. It's a wonderful day, dude. It's a wonderful, beautiful day. You know what I mean? Lock Opium trying to open up with some dots. Alright, going for a big damage. Going to be shit to power off him. As Lock Opium loading up the dots on him, trying to go for Malefic Raptures. Are we going to be seeing a big drain build? Looks like he wants to go for that port. As RN trying to go for the big blasting damage with Ice Form. Minute long cooldown on that one. A minute city cooldown on that one. Is going to have quite a few dots rolling from Lock OP Copium. The dots are going to be a little bit stronger than what we were used to, because the dots have actually got beefed up slightly over on 9-1. Is that the build that Lock is playing, or our boy Kryz is playing? Looks like RN unable to actually land himself a proper... Actually, I was thinking it was going for Invis, but it's actually Alter Time. Alter Time was not dispelled by the pet. Is going to go for the dispels as the shield comes up, and the Lock trying to maintain the dots on RN, who needs to get some Frostbolts in. Might as well go for Frostbolts off of the pet. Could interrupt own Frost to try to disrupt any kind of damage opportunities. Lock is going to go swinging around the corner, trying to get more dots onto RN. As the shields are down, Battle Master Trinket available. But that's going to be early Ice Block. Might as well go for it. So far, it looks like Lock OP, otherwise Chrysler, has been able to just maintain the dot pressure. I wonder what Lego he is playing for his build. I wonder if he's playing like a bigger dot build Lego with maybe Corruption, just trying to make their dots do as much damage as possible. More to call, send it RN as the duel land. The Poly is going to get CC'd for a bit. Finally able to blast some Frostbolts, get himself some resources rolling. It's going to have the time... It's going to have the pillar, or not a pillar of frost, but the ice form up and running together with the rune of power. Interesting choice. Some ice lights is flying in, but I don't think those are shattered. So far his openers, his bursty damage has been just completely shut down by Lock OP. By Copium. Can I just call him Copium? It's Chrysler, like we know it's Chrysler. But his name is Copium, and every time I keep just trying to pronounce the name as is, I feel like I keep messing it up, dude. Let's also get the duels mix up and running here too. Lock OP, drain live, big damage into our end. Is he playing the big drain build though? Or is he maybe going for the instacast Shadowbolts? Because that was a playstyle. And actually could be a legitimate playstyle too. Just put the dots in, Mortal getting sent out. Because he's not playing the drain live build. So I guess he's either playing the drain soul build. So then he's playing drain life for the heal. Or the Shadowbolt instacast procs. But I don't know if that's what he's going for. Big reflect coming out for Copium. As RN trying to make again more damage happen, but so far the Warlock has been able to shut down any kind of burst opportunities from the Mage, locking him out on Frost right now. And the Mage, I think, is going to be going down to the dots. The shields do keep him alive just a hair longer. I'm swapping the wrong person. I think the left actually. Yeah, the left. They just bailed. They actually just bailed. They actually just quit. What build is Chrysler running? I'm actually wondering. What build is he running? Because you literally made a Warlock. You literally made a Frost Mage bail, dude. You made him leave. He tried to go, I think, for like a PvE-esque build, just pop Ice Form and just stand there, turret you with Frostbolts, but he just couldn't deal with it, dude. I don't know what build he's running for. What build is Chrysler? Could someone check? Athament, can you check? Peep me, let me know. Arcanosphere coming out for Deathborn. While he has the Deathborn buff available, he's going to be dodging the Arcanosphere as Deathborn got himself big damage while Deathborn is active. I don't know if he's running the Lego. He might be running the Lego for the Deathborn too. Every time you Arcane Blast, you get extra damage while your Deathborn form is active. Minimum 15. Going to be a bit of a temporal to cover a little bit of that defensiveness for Deathborn. Landing that interrupt onto Luck Opium, and it's going to be more missiles flying out. Turning those missiles onto the pet instead. Are we going to be seeing the Barrage build, or is this going to be maybe the Necrolord legendary build, where you're trying to beef up the damage? I guess the one thing we could see is if Deathborn goes for Arcane Blast, every time he blasts, he has a chance to activate Deathborn for 8 seconds or so, dodging the stun from Locopium. And I'm going to guess he is playing the Barrage build. He's trying to set up for another Catasphere lockdown, rooted for the damage. That's going to be a Barrage together with Arcane Orb, all that damage all together. Quite a bit of burst, but without a setup with Arcane Power, it's only going to do so much. Quite a decent drain from Locopium. Still not sure if he's going for the Instacast Shadow Bolts or just a big drain. I haven't seen a single Instacast Shadow Bolt, but I would imagine that would actually be quite decent damage in PvP nowadays, since there's a conduit now that buffs the damage even further. Deathborn going for Invis, trying to land a Poly, does also go for a Shimmer, and as long as he's by himself and no pets next to him, he actually might be able to get himself some food. Where is the Fellhound? But so far, the Warlock and the Mage still tussling. UA trying to get set up with a Soul Rod for Locopium. Again, trying not to... He's really denying himself that full UA setup sometimes. Going to be a pretty big drain life. Should be able to burn through his shield pretty easily. Going to be an Invis really quickly for Deathborn as the Warlock chasing after him, trying to get those dots rolling. And how much pressure all those dots doing. Interrupted on Arcane. The dots have set in. The Slime Shield does actually give an extra survivability for Deathborn, but a 31% dampening 10 minutes into the game. Only so much you can do with it. Arcanosphere, no more interrupt available. Locopium does take the damage from the sphere. Not the biggest damage. And Deathborn didn't go for the biggest damage possible with the Arcane Power either. I guess just the positional just wasn't really worth it, so you'd rather just wait for another setup later. Invis does get away scot-free without any dots, and should be able to get himself some food, going for Fleshcraft instead. Does not get interrupted. Locopium is at least able to get some dots in there. And that's going to be a port right on top of Deathborn Mortal Coil. That's when the big haze buff does get interrupted on UA. They're going to be maybe touching the Magi. Denied touching the Magi with the interrupt with a Fell Puppy and Locopium. Just not a lot of... I actually could go for mobility. He is a Night Fae. He could have just poured it over. Or Soul Shaped over. We're going to be a Poly spam from Deathborn. Trigger for Locopium. Fear comes out. Deathborn doesn't have a trigger for it. Locopium trying to go for Shadow Bolts. Is that going to be enough damn? I think Shadow Bolt actually chunked him out a little bit. All the time trying to see if he can survive. It looks like the Warlock dots have set in. I would like to see if the Shadow Bolts themselves would actually be more damage than they normally are. M6 charging in with an immediate succubus swap for Locopium to get seduction on him. Is going to be a UA rolling. Does have the Storm Bolt, but the portal and the gateway comes out for Locopium. That's going to be the night of the Ventier portal setup for M6 though. Slowed down to smithereens. Does get the Blaze Storm rocking though to try to immune the Mortal Coil. Staying on top of Locopium as best as he can. Wall is up. Does reflect one of the Malefic Raptors, but that's about all he can really do. Shadow Bolt's coming out for the Warlock, but the massive healer for M6, even at this high dampening of 41 with Enrage Regen, is still going to maintain him for a bit. That was quite a bit of burst from Locopium though. I think it was a full Dark Layer too. So he actually has the Dark Layer and Dark Zone stability desynced a little. But the dots have set in. The succubus contributed to the pain. M6 does have some opportunity to heal himself a little bit. That is also going to be a little bit of damage offset to ignore pain. That's a pretty big drain at this low health. And a Stormbolt, it's the only thing he has left with the Rally Cry as a last ditch effort. But I think as soon as the Rally Cry falls off, it's going to be over. Locopium just needs to wait out long enough. Just let the dots set in. Let the Rally Cry fall off. Reflect is up. Does reflect the Shadow Bolt back. But then the dots just eat him up as the health just decreases. And Tasty is the last one left. It looks like everybody else DC'd or bailed or AFK'd long enough so the game kicked them out. Kind of unfortunate. Well, what can you do? Fleshco is going to be so good in 9-1? I believe so too. My MS 600, it auto-cancels my sphere. That's actually super unfortunate. Yo, that MS is kind of... Is AU getting like better MS than NA today? Because normally NA has decent MS, but 600 is a ton. 600 is a bit. What's up, letting Locks go first? Yo, Otis just hates Warlocks, man. Yeah. Affliction Warlocks, they're normally like a really big, beefy, dueling beast. Normally, I'm actually surprised at the damage that Lock Copium was able to get up. Because literally, we had a duel yesterday in the patch 905 on the EU. And Kreiser, who is Lock Copium, Lock OP Copium. I'm not getting the full name, but it's okay. He was playing Affliction and even against a random boomkin. Wait, is it stuck in place? Wait, the totem comes down. Actually can't go anywhere. It's actually booping him back in. I don't think it does damage to him, but it does allow Tasty to keep Locopium in place. That totem, big Earthshock by Tasty, doing quite a bit of damage. Locopium actually have to pop defensives here. That's going to be a full Battle Master Trick gonna use. Tasty gets locked out on nature, or maybe fire, but is able to get the shadow damage in with a primordial. Big damage set up right after. That totem actually stopped Locopium in place. Trying to go for Drain Life on the pet of Tasty with a fear to follow. Shadow Fear around the corner. Does Tasty get clapped? He does. Going to be a full UA. Is going to rotate from Fire Ellie into the Earth Ellie though to have an extra defensive. The dots are on Tasty right now. Healing surges are up. Could go maybe interrupt those healing surges. The slime shield is going to allow Tasty just a little bit of extra defense. And Copium does need to go for a good setup with his full dots. It's going to be banished for the pet. Tasty made sure to get a wall as the pet goes for a banish to make sure he gets the full value of the wall. Mortal Coil getting sent. That's going to be actually the pet going for the stun to disrupt the cast from Lock Copium. Not an interrupt, but at least a stun to disrupt the Tasty. Does get interrupted on nature. Does have shadow damage. Does have fire damage. Has lightning in his hands. Wants to go for big damage. It's going to be a reflect. Lock Copium goes for a drain on Kevin the slime. Or Kevin's slime. A spawn of Kevin. Every time Tasty uses the Primordial Bolt, there is a Soulbind. Oh! Look at this! Locopium actually couldn't go into the totem. That actually created line of sight, kept pushing him out from the side, so he has nowhere to go on that side of the pillar. That's actually a very interesting way of doing it. The dots though are pretty massively set in on Tasty, getting interrupted as he's trying to get himself a heal. Wall is having to be used at super low health. The dots are still ticking in. The pet is still attacking. A Mortal Coil does disrupt his cast. I think it's going to be over. I don't really know what else they can do. Fleshcraft does come out. Wait, Fleshcraft can actually give him a bit of a chance here. Going to be full, more dots set up. Locopium does get interrupted on something. Not Shadow. So it looks like he got interrupted on Nature with a Soul Rod. The dots are up. The Reflect is up. It looks like Locopium taking him out. Full Reflect, full everything. Huh. We just had a duel on EU with a Kreiser playing Affliction. And Affliction in 905 was not able to really duel. He did something different. He didn't go for like a Shadow Ball build, so maybe it's a legendary change. So they did buff Warlocks a little bit, though they nerfed him, I think for PvE purposes. But then they gave him like some different things, like they swapped out a talent for Dark Glare being a 2-minute baseline instead of Talented. So you get Dark Glare more often. Your dots for like, I think Corruption and Agony both got increasing damage. So it should be a little bit more damage over time. It won't be better than the Drain build that they do for PvE, but it might end up being better for PvP. And is that what we saw just now? I actually wonder what Lego he ran, or if he ran like a different Lego to try to squeeze out more damage.